This video is sponsored by Manco.store, an amazing marketplace for buying and selling TF2 items for great prices and with lowest commissions. Instant delivery, regular giveaways and auctions. The link is in the description. What up, people? It's your boy Vorabe here, back with another video. It's that time of the year again, huh? I'm getting exposed for closet cheating in Team Fortress 2. Yeah, what a fucking surprise. However, this time it's a bit more complicated because the new accuser, whose name on YouTube is Slender, has prepared a decent amount of evidence to back up their claims and has piled it up in a video titled Hacker Police University, Vorabe. God damn, starting out strong, I see. Hopefully this confidence is justified. So what's this all about? Is it yet another fat magic situation? And if you're not familiar with that, I'll explain it later. Or is it some legitimate shit? And have I indeed been a closet cheater this whole time? Which would suck huge ass. Well, to answer this question, we will go through pieces of evidence from the accuser's video to see how valid the accusations really are. And after we thoroughly do that, we will also read some comments from the video's comment section. Trust me, there is some gold to mine. Without further ado, wait, of course, make sure to subscribe to my channel because, I don't know, 50% of you are still not subscribed and it truly hurts my feelings, so please, click that subscribe button. Let us begin. So, the expose by Slender presents various types of accusations, starting with absolutely irrelevant information that shouldn't have anything to do with the investigation, but we will cover it too, and ending with me allegedly using multiple cheating functions like silent aimbot, triggerbot, and others in my own videos. Let's talk about the relevant stuff first, because for some reason it's in the very beginning of the expose. Slender mentions one of my videos titled "This cheater only died once," where I was playing against a random cheater and his pocket medic friend. The questionable part here is me adding this little image as proof that these two players were friends. The thing is, this green friend mark comes from a cheat client named Region, and Slender points this out in his video, showing a few examples to confirm that it is in fact a Region feature. He then says this: seeing as how Vorabe is indifferent to this being a known cheat feature, we can make the assumption that there was a friend, a third party, that sent the screenshot to him. And whoever it was that sent the screenshot is a cheater. Unless it was Vorabe that took the screenshot, which I'm doubtful of. Alright, now let me explain. Again, I don't see how this is relevant, and I guess the idea here is proving that I gather information from cheaters? How is this news to anyone? I've been gathering information from a cheater named Midnight for years, for example, ever since I uploaded my Hacker Police episode on him. It should be common knowledge because I credit him in my videos. My man Midnight has been terrorizing Ryan for quite a while, and thanks to Midnight, who also helped me with finding some more evidence. Also, as my buddy officer Midnight stated, and he is one of my Discord moderators who always helps out the members of my server learn more about cheating. I've also credited another cheater named GoTwin because he explained many aspects of cheating to me in details which I hadn't known about before. I'll separately mention an opinion from a guy named GoTwin. He has played around 20,000 hours of TF2 and most of these hours he hasn't played legit. But whatever. The important and funny part here is that this image wasn't even sent to me by a cheater or anyone else. It came from one of the screenshots of that cheater that I played against in my video. I found it myself after checking their fucking Steam profile. Yeah, unfortunately the original screenshot has been deleted, but I managed to find a different one from the same guy's profile where we can see another Region message that says "you." But I wasn't satisfied, so I decided to message the guy directly and asked him to share the original screenshot. And guess what? He did. For 1 key. Oh no, Vorabe is paying cheaters now, confirmed? In my personal opinion, this part of the expose sets the tone of the whole investigation, because Slender had an option to ask me or anyone else in my Discord server, where he's been since 2022 by the way, about the origin of the image. He wouldn't have lost anything by doing so, but he decided not to and used it at the very beginning of his video as shitty evidence that I've had contact with cheaters, which I've never even denied to begin with. Malicious intent or not, it's up to you to decide. Now, let's move on to the actual cheating evidence against me. I won't go in the same order of clips as Slender did in his video because it's very messy and hard to follow, so first I'd like to talk about projectile weapons and then move to heat scan weapons. The first clip, which comes from my video called "They Finally Caught Me Cheating." the layers of irony we're dealing with here. Getting exposed from a video where I'm getting exposed. The clip shows me hitting a direct hit air shot on a flying demo man. The accusation here is me supposedly using projectile silent aimbot. Slender added the circle to imitate the range of silent aimbot, which means that if there's an enemy within this range, my rocket should fly directly at them, no matter where I aim, without any visible snapping. That's how silent aimbot works. Which is exactly what we see in the clip, right? My crosshair is a bit to the left of the demo man, but my rocket magically goes right after his ass. Well, there is no magic here, really. This happens because I fucking move. I move to the left after I shot a rocket, which is why my crosshair goes left from my rocket. I don't stand still. Yeah, it might be difficult to tell because I'm looking at the static skybox and there are no other obstacles, so it feels weird, but why don't you look over here? You can literally see me moving to the left. I even replicated it for you. Oh wow, look, my silent aimbot triggers on invisible enemies in the air. I guess souls of cheaters or some shit. Crazy, right? Look at how far away from my crosshair the rockets go, wow! What's even crazier is that this exact moment has already been discussed before in my Discord server in the Hacker Police channel, where I did a step-by-step breakdown of it. Slender was by far not the first one to get confused by this moment, so I should probably let this one slide. Nah. Did you really think I was retarded enough to use silent aimbot in my live video recordings? Who the fuck do you think I am? How could this idea even cross your mind? Me always making fun of closet cheaters who are stupid enough to use silent aimbot, and then me using silent aimbot myself and leaving it in my videos. What the fuck are you smoking, bro? It's outrageous because many commenters generally think that this clip is the most damning piece of evidence. It's gotta be hard to live with a brain that smooth. Okay, moving to the next clip, showcased by Slender from the same video of mine. It shows me spotting an invisible enemy spy and spamming rockets and shotgun in the hope of killing him. Eventually I do, with this shot. The accusation here is trigger bot. Projectile fucking trigger bot. Jesus Christ. There is no such thing as projectile trigger bot in this game. Not a single TF2 cheating client has this function. It does not exist. And no, I won't let you use the he just named it wrong, you know? He's not supposed to know the exact name and it is still some sort of aimbot bullshit because Slender explains it exactly like how one would explain trigger bot for heatscan weapons, which does exist. And let me remind you what heatscan trigger bot is. It's a cheat feature that basically clicks the left mouse button for you. You can throw your mouse around like crazy, but if trigger bot is active and your crosshair finds a target, the cheat will perform a shot. And the reason why it doesn't exist for projectile weapons is because projectiles take time to travel, while bullets in TF2 don't. How do you imagine projectile trigger bot gameplay to look like anyway? Because it would look something like this, where a cheater constantly moves their crosshair around targets, hoping for trigger bot to activate on the point where the cheat predicts the target will be in the future. Imagine that and tell me, will this shit be playable? And will you remain sane after aiming like this for longer than 5 minutes? With this out of the way, let's get back to the clip. As I've said, Slender did not confuse the cheat name. He actually believes that projectile trigger bot is a thing, which is why he explains it as if it was heatscan trigger bot. His phrasing is confusing, so I'll translate it into human language for you. Frame number 1. My crosshair is of the enemy spy's model. Frame number 2. My crosshair is directly on the invis spy's model, and that's where I shoot. And then the continued swiping motion is indication of trigger bot. Have you ever played soldier in your life, Slender? Or has been a pyromane completely fried your fucking brain? You almost never stop your crosshair at the same point where you click your mouse one button when you flick. The continued swiping motion you're referring to doesn't prove shit. Ironically enough, a similar clip of mine has also been discussed already in my Discord server in the Hacker Police channel. But that one was shared by me because I also found it looking weird while editing another video of mine. So I decided to share it with everybody and explain it so people know what's up. I also decided to airshot some flying bots and flick like I normally do for about 15 minutes to see what my flicks would look like. And here you go. Just as expected, my crosshair never stops at the point where I click M1. But then, I came up with an even better idea, because anyone can try this by themselves. Launch TF2, connect to a server, go soldier with any rocket launcher, find a wall, imagine that this dot is your target, turn 180 degrees away from it, and try hitting the target with very fast 180-degree flicks. No way. You are now a closet cheater too, using projectile trigger bot while finding a fucking dot on a wall. Next, Slender shows another clip from the same video of mine, which allegedly showcases me using projectile silent aimbot from someone else's perspective. There I am, aiming up front, but my rocket goes to the right. Moments like this have also been discussed already in my Discord server in the Hacker Police channel. For instance, here is a screenshot of some random huntsman sniper aiming in this direction, but his arrow flies right at us. My homie Midnight explained it perfectly. There are a couple reasons as to why this isn't exclusive to P silent aimbot users. For starters, that's you, Slender, listen carefully. The models you see in-game are lag compensated and interpolated. Any movement, any flicks, anything will be delayed and smoothed out on your screen, making it so there is always some distance between a player's view angle and the projectile itself. TLDR, what you see is not what your enemy sees. I've discussed this point multiple times. Based Midnight, just as always. Here is proof of Midnight's words. I asked a friend of mine to join the game with me so I can watch him do the same thing. Wonder why you didn't do it, Slender? It wasn't that hard to fact check your trash. Oh, but what you did instead was write something mental about this clip in the description. Regarding the P-Silent example from the Spy's POV. Earlier in the original video, the shot looks normal from the perspective of Voробey. And the reasoning behind the shot looking normal is because of anti-OBS. This guy is a massive fucking dipshit. Anti-OBS is a cheat feature that removes cheating visuals from your recordings. You would still see everything your cheat shows to you, like the cheat menu, wall hacks, silent aimbot FOV circle and other stuff, but your recording software would not see it. That's it. This fucking guy, however, thinks that anti-OBS also hides silent aimbot. What in the world is this heresy? You were one Google search away from looking like an absolute buffoon, Slender. There is one last projectile weapon clip that the accuser took from my video titled "A Huntsman Tryhard Makes People Angry." Apparently, this title still holds weight 3 years later. And the accusation here is yet another projectile trigger bot moment, and I think there is no need to explain this one because I'd just be repeating myself. Okay, so we're done with the projectile part. And now, gentlemen, let's address the heatscan weapon accusations, which can be divided into two categories: trigger bot and aimbot. Yeah, sure, because if I don't use silent aim, which is the second easiest cheat to spot, I apparently use aimbot, which is the first. Speaking of trigger bot accusations, Slender prepared some clips of me hitting headshots. For example, this one, where I land a nasty headshot on a demo. As I've stated earlier, Slender is explaining the heatscan trigger bot exactly as he explained the non-existent projectile trigger bot. He thinks that if in one frame of the video my crosshair is off the head hitbox and in the very next frame my crosshair gets onto the head hitbox and I shoot, it's trigger bot. He calls it the one-tick input. This reminds me of something. Oh yeah, it reminds me of the Fat Magic case, where a different TF2 YouTuber, Fat Magic, was accused of hitting tick-perfect headshots all the time. Here's a short recap of that drama. Fat Magic was proven not guilty, because tick-perfect headshots are a lot easier to hit than you think. In fact, they happen all the time without you noticing. In case you're not familiar with the terminology, a tick is kind of like a frame. Valve TF2 casual service run at 66.666 ticks per second, which also leads to slight desynchronization between the 60 FPS video recordings for YouTube and the 66 tick rate of Valve servers. So we're always missing roughly 6 frames of game information when watching TF2 videos. I saw many of my fans parroting this tick rate shit in the comments without realizing it has nothing to do with Slender's accusations against me. In Fat Magic's case, I mentioned tick rate only because one of his flicks was so fast that we couldn't even see the frame where his crosshair was on the target's head. Just like in the video of yet another TF2 YouTuber, Lazy Purple.
I'd see my target, identify the path their head is traveling on, and then practically guess! You can't even see the frame where I cross his head!
That's why I mentioned tick rate, but in Slender's clip, we do see my crosshair on the demo man's head. Do you know how stupid this one-tick input phrase really is? Because almost every successful fast enough flick leads to a one-tick input. This phrase is so fucking stupid, in fact, that even the accuser themselves showed another one-tick input moment and they didn't find it weird, despite its exact same nature. Yes, my crosshair was on the soldier's head for one frame, or tick. Why the fuck isn't this trigger bot, Slender? Or this, from the same video? Or this? Oh yeah, these are okay because they don't look suspicious enough. But this clip, oh, that's a different story because it looks so I can't. Zigzag motion is indication of trigger butt. No, it's not. Well, at least not this kind of zigzag motion, which is nothing but a flick. Slender, it's like you heard it somewhere that trigger butt users can be exposed by the so-called Z pattern, and now you think that any zigzag motion is trigger butt, dumbass. This is what the trigger butt Z pattern looks like. And now, have a look at flicks from a very good sniper main, Jaybird. Look at this zigzag.
Gotta kill the sniper. Gotta kill the sniper.
Or this zigzag.
Go behind me! Ah!
Or this zigzag. Or this zigs and zags and you. I wanna speedrun the rest of the trigger butt clips by Slender because it's getting mentally tiring. Here's another one. Initial shot occurs at edge of head hitbox, followed by continued zigzag motion to head. It's called a flick, bitch. Completely normal, like the previous shots I've shown from Jaybird. And another one. Yeah, this one surprised me too when I was recording. Trigger butt failure occurs on first swipe, then activates at edge of engineer's head hitbox, crosshair snaps back smoothly past possible aimbot. By the way, a trigger butt failure is pretty much when you flick without shooting, because your trigger butt didn't work for some reason. But Slender, which trigger butt failure and on which swipe? This swipe? Well, guess what, genius? I wasn't even trying to shoot that NG because I don't have the reaction of a fucking fly. The swipe is me aiming towards the enemy spawn as any sniper would, and only then did I notice the NG and hit another one of your good old one-tick inputs. Also, the fuck do you mean crosshair snaps back smoothly possible aimbot? Plain aimbots never snap back after you kill someone, and they sure as hell do not snap smoothly. Here's how they snap in reality. Here's another one of those flick shots that is also trigger butt in Slender's book. He even explains what happened before the shot in question. Notice how the trigger butt doesn't shoot the demo yet, due to there not being a frame where the crosshair is over his head. There we go. Missing frames due to tick rate desynchronization, motherfucker. The demo's head was in my crosshair, but you cannot see it. Or do you think that demo was immortal? Next, perfectly normal aim adjustment and a flick. Oh, sorry. Trigger butt failure as evident by violent zigzag motion overhead. Which fucking zigzag motion overhead? I adjusted my aim in a straight line because I just spotted that soldier and then I flicked. Next, an average air headshot and a med pick. Obviously, Slender doesn't think so. It's a trigger butt air shot. I mean, of course, because it's one tick input, duh. And possible wall hacks. Oh my god, your power brain should be studied, dude. I didn't even pre-aim. I just turned my mouse to the right so I could peek around the corner. Or do you expect me to observe this fucking truck forever? And here you say, back to previous position to look legitimate. Didn't you just say that if I snapped back to the previous position, it was aimbot? Why do you contradict your own words so much? Yeah, the med pick is possible aimbot, guys. I'm on a whole new level. I pair trigger butt with plain aimbot. My cheating methods are beyond anyone's understanding. Next. Oh, wait. Oh. What was that? No fucking shot. You got it? Because I flicked without shooting? Yes, everybody. This is the only clip from the entire Slender's expose that is actually suspicious. This does look somewhat like a trigger butt failure. The problem is, these happen legitimately too. Not super often, but they do. And to differentiate trigger butt failures from legitimate ones, you should look for several instances of these failures happening in a short period of time. Moreover, to properly spot trigger butt cheaters, which is very difficult due to many factors, looking for these failures is not enough. You should understand the logic behind their shots and decision making very well in order to see a clear trigger butt pattern in someone's gameplay. I suggest y'all watch this video of mine later, which is the only time I've exposed a trigger butt cheater on my channel in 4 years. The only time. And only recently have we finally acquired good enough evidence of another trigger butt cheater, but that will be saved for one of the next videos. And so, we're done with the trigger butt part of the Slender's expose. One last part that is left is aimbot, aka the plain or classic aimbot accusations, which all come from my OG video, The Pistol Cheater Returns. He indeed does. Clip number 1 shows me shooting a scout and doing a weird snap at the very end. It does look weird, I'll give you that. But as soon as we get to Slender's explanation, Crosshair snaps smoothly back to original position after the scout is killed. Plain aimbots don't snap back smoothly to original positions. You know, this clip got myself confused too, because I had no idea what the snap even was. It was an aimbot, but it should have had some explanation, right? But then, while editing this video that you're watching, I figured it out. Oh my god, it's so difficult to pronounce this shit. I figured it out. It was game lag. Simple as. You can see it if you look closely. There was a few milliseconds of lag, which caused my crosshair to jump from one position to another, even in slow motion. Look at how fast the scout is moving. Then he suddenly almost stops in the air and then starts moving again. My crosshair also skips through these ticks where the scout slowed down, which is why it feels as if it teleported. The next and last clip has the same explanation. Pay attention to my movement. It is smooth at first, but after I jump, I begin randomly slowing down in the air, which is due to game lag, and that's why my crosshair teleports again. This finally concludes my explanation of the expose, as these are all the clips shown by the accuser. What can I say, Slender? Your video is complete and utter dog shit. It's somehow even worse than that Fat Magic expose, where the accuser at least used proper terminology, because they turned out to be a closet cheater themselves. And no, guys, Slender is not a closet cheater. I know, it would have been funny as fuck. I'm pretty sure some of you can't wait to say this. Yo, Varabe, Slender is an obvious troll. Come on, man. You just got baited into replying to this dumb fucking video. Do you really think I didn't assume this? Okay, listen. I don't think that Slender's video is bait, because back in summer, he contacted Mega Scatterbomb, who is a person working on their own TF2 anti-cheat, and shared his evidence with them. Mega stated that the evidence was flimsy at best, but that didn't stop Slender, with an A apparently, from uploading his expose half a year later. I don't lose anything from the situation, like at all, bait or not. At the very least, Slender's video contains an overwhelming amount of misinformation about cheats, so I'm getting the easiest reputation points of my life by replying to his cringe. The only thing I would have missed if I hadn't made this video is money, and money is fucking awesome, so let your homie make some, alright? And you people would have missed witnessing this goddamn circus, with Slender being one of the many clowns. So I think it's just about time we let other clowns provide some entertainment for us, without us even paying. I have prepared some of the goofiest comments on Slender's expose. I've always wanted to do something similar, but now I have a perfect opportunity. Let's begin with something not too bad and work our way up to the most deranged comments. Videos like these really make you wonder how many closeted cheaters exist in TF2. Many. You're not inventing a fucking bicycle here. I remember when Maxbox made his Spot the Cheater videos, it made it generally much easier to spot cheaters. These sorts of videos are helpful, so people know what kind of things to expect from cheating players. At least he is being nice. This comment showcases a huge problem in the TF2 community. A problem that I've showcased countless times in my videos, where I was accused of cheating for the dumbest reasons imaginable. This problem is brain-dead legits, who believe they know everything about cheats and try to control the narrative. You destroy them in a game, you're a cheater. You have some weird moments in your gameplay footage, you're a cheater. Who the fuck needs to actually think or fact-check when you can come up with things like projectile trigger bot or anti-OBS hiding silent aim? Slender has 6,500 hours of TF2. That's a lot. And he has no clue what he's talking about in his video at all. But the clips are suspicious, so why not spread misinformation about them and share this shit with people? Because they find videos about cheaters useful and they learn from them. Those flicks are alarmingly weird. As someone who has spent a lot of time in TF2 and FPS games in general, I never curve or zigzag my mouse before or after a flick. Flick shots are always straight, especially after a shot. You see what I mean? If you don't flick like Mr. Chicken Shred here, then you're using trigger button. And he states it as a fact. The swipe is always straight, before and after a shot. I think this person is flickophobic and has a Quake logo as his profile picture. You don't deserve. I swear, I've watched a couple of his videos and I immediately knew he was a cheater and a fraud. A lot of his skills feel very unnatural, like I've watched many TF2 videos. His skills and the way he plays always stood out as weird for me most of the times. So why didn't you make a video then? Or were you scared of the consequences? Thank you for this video. I was waiting for a really long time until someone calls out this hypocrite. And thanks to you too. It takes courage to let everyone know that you're obsessed with some Russian TF2 YouTuber. I'm not surprised at all, lol. His content is literally what cheaters think is entertaining, making other people rage. Guys, did you enjoy that streamer has a meltdown live and rage quits video of mine? Because, you know, it kinda blew up and has 1.3 million views. Oh, you did? You did. You found it entertaining. Well, get exposed, losers. You all cheat. Wouldn't be surprised. It looks like Triggerbot and Silent Aim. The giveaway is his ego and how he acts. So someone's ego and the way they act are the giveaway of them using cheats in computer games. Got it. These people play against us in TF2 matches every day. Isn't it scary? Shouldn't it be obvious? He main sniper. The only thing that's obvious here is that you're a fucking retard. I was never a sniper main. There is a reason he always uses throwaway accounts. Man, since you clearly have a development delay, I feel obligated to help you out. You can change your username and profile picture on Steam as many times as you want. There is no need to change accounts. You're welcome. Well, if you have plenty of blatant cheaters and bot hosters as moderators in your... What? What? This guy knows something about my mods that I don't. It definitely says something about you. Ah, the classic guilt by association. Please, God, let this be true. And 9 fucking praying emotes. It's clearly a kid though, you can tell. And it's about to get much worse, because we're getting to the juiciest ones. I hope that these accusations are true, so people can actually have a reason to dislike him. This is such a degenerate thing to say, my man. His ego is annoying, and his mid-writers are as annoying as he is. This weirdo left 37 comments, in which he mentioned mid-writing 10 times. I have a feeling he's projecting something here. As to what exactly, I don't think I want to know. He also stated that he usually prefers to stay neutral on accusations, and then baselessly accused me of faking my videos about cheaters. I consider the next comment to be the worst by far, because it's a bit, you know, it's just not okay. It's not something a normal person would say, in my opinion. Honestly, Vorabe is one of those dudes that despite doing something good from time to time, he has such an egocentric and I'm so Sigma type of personality. What does it mean? That just makes me secretly pray for him to be humbled despite consuming his content. The wildest part is that this comment has 200 plus likes. What the fuck is wrong with TF2 community? Or is it normal to have such strong parasocial relationships with people online and voice it out loud like that? Am I missing something here? Because I don't believe what I'm fucking seeing, it's insane. Okay, 2 more to wrap the video up. I'm not quite sure what people expected from Vorabe when their primary source of content revolves around trying to anger others. I don't even try most of the time, be real, pal. Vorabe isn't the only person in the TF2 community that does this. This dude then proceeds to cry about getting banned from my Discord server because he once tried to report an alleged cheater and Midnight did not accept his evidence. So this fairy ass started throwing tantrums, saying how he's worked with the Source engine since 2015. This is his Steam profile, by the way. Nice. Good shit. Talk about angering others in TF2. So, this hypocrite, a confirmed long-term cheater with years of experience with the Source engine, and you know, he's most likely not lying as his first community ban happened back in 2015, did not find a single flaw in Slender's video and agreed with it. Ezzy, how is it even remotely fucking possible that a legitimate player, myself, who has never touched TF2 cheats in his whole life, who has never looked into the Source engine, whatever that helps with, is much more competent in the subject than a cheater with almost 10 years of experience? I don't think I've ever seen anyone embarrass themselves like this. You are a miserable piece of shit, my guy. And to conclude this public execution and to hint about a bigger one coming, just one more comment. Makes fun of cheaters and makes videos about them. Cues with the cheaters tag from time to time. Whatever. Has Discord moderators that cheat in TF2. Possible closet cheating. Absolute cinema. Not gonna lie, I almost feel bad for this guy. I didn't expect he would dig himself a deeper grave, but he has proven me wrong. You probably have questions. Who is this guy? Why does he say that I queue up with cheaters? Why does he still talk about my moderators being cheaters? Why does he sound so biased? Does it have anything to do with spy mains? And most importantly, does it have anything to do with swipes? Trust me, I cannot fucking wait to answer all these questions. But I can't do that yet, as there is still a lot of work to do. One thing I can tell you for sure though, is that you better subscribe right now, hit that motherfucking bell, and wait for probably the biggest nuke on my channel ever. I promise you this, it will be so goddamn worth it. And what's also worth checking is my previous upload if you want to learn more about cheating functions. But that's it for today's video and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day everybody, see you in the next one, peace!